Alrighty guys, welcome back to the Art of Racing, and we are here for some more Motorsport Manager with episode 2. It's round 2 of the first season. Heading off to Munich. We got a pretty good start to the season so far, to be perfectly honest. A little bit of luck with the first race in the safety car, but off to a good start nonetheless, so let's see how we can do in the second round here. Alright, so make sure we actually look at this here. 29 laps, and remember that it's medium length and not short length races this time, so I can properly plan out the strategy. Low fuel burn, low tire wear, that's good. And we're looking at softs and mediums. No real risk of bad weather, looks like. Alright, all that's good. So again, we had a good result in the first race, but we kind of got lucky. So we could hit this, but I don't know. I'm still not confident that we could actually do it. So we're going to go with Golden Tiger again, because I'd rather have a fairly solid $200,000 than a fairly iffy $500,000, because if we don't get it, then we get nothing. So at least this way, we'll wind up with some extra cash out of it. Part fitting, I don't think I actually put in the new gearbox, did I? Just easier to do it from this screen. Yeah, so who's doing better? Yeah, Gomez had the good result, although honestly it was because we kind of screwed Anthony on the strategy. Alrighty, so yeah, real quick before we jump into the race, actually, I almost forgot that I wanted to redesign the livery a little bit, just because I really didn't spend that much time on it. I wasn't really that happy with it, and as it turned out, it was actually kind of hard to see, especially when I went back to the videos during, a little bit editing it. It turned out really hard to see, kind of, sometimes. So I went and redesigned the livery. It does cost $500,000, but if you notice, the budget just dropped by $500,000. That's why I'd actually, before I started up recording today, found a save game editor and just added $500,000 to our budget just so I could redesign the livery without having to actually pay for it. Because yeah, I really didn't spend that much time on it, and I completely bypassed the fact that there's a whole other livery pack that I have that we hadn't used, which I was annoyed by because a lot of them are a lot better than the base liveries, like this one for example. So it took, I don't know, probably about 10 minutes or so, 15 minutes, I don't really know exactly what it was, and spent some time just fiddling around with it until I got something that I actually like, and this I'm actually fairly satisfied with. I really like how it came out. So yeah, so that's, if you're wondering why the balance just dropped by, or went up by $500,000 and down by $500,000 kind of between episodes here, that's why. So yeah, I just went and redesigned the livery. I think it looks a lot better, hopefully with some brighter colors on the wings too. We'll be able to see it so it doesn't look like we have no nose cone. And yeah, so we'll go ahead and do that. So yeah, let's actually hop in the race for real this time. So alright, 29 laps, because we did medium length career this time, not short, which I have to remember this time, because I completely forgot about the last race, and then our strategy was completely screwed because I was accounting for a much shorter race. I think I did fit parts, didn't I? Yeah, because we only have the one new part. We've got one decent gearbox, and Andre's did better in the last race, or the first race than Faith did, so might as well give it to him, I suppose. He's got the better suspension as well. Best engine. Yeah, he's got the better car just because why not? Oh yeah, why are you? No, you shouldn't be using this. We didn't build this one, but we did improve it, so you should be using that. We have a better gearbox that you could use. And I think that's it, right? Yeah. Alright, so we'll do that. Give them hopefully a little bit more performance here. So, alrighty. 29 laps. We've got softs and mediums available, and it looks like good weather. We are all set. Sponsors. Oh yeah, we're gonna take the Golden Tiger sponsorship objective for 13th again. We did come 8th in the last race, but we got kind of lucky with the timing of the safety car. It's a good strategy, and I don't know that we actually are really capable of hitting that reliably yet. So until I feel comfortable that we can, I think we're just gonna stick with this because it's 13th is pretty safe, and it's just kind of a guaranteed 200 grand in our pocket, which, again, as you can see, helps a little bit with our budget here. As it is right now, yeah, 1.2 million, call that 1.3 really, per race is going to cost us $9 million. No, what is it? Sorry, bad math here. So it'd be $13 million for 10 races. We've already done one, So minus 1.3. So yeah, it's going to cost us 11.7 to get through the season as it is, and we are a little bit shy of that. But if we can get even 200,000 each race, then that drops to only 9 million, and we are good to go. We won't have a lot of extra cash to spend if we don't really get any more than that, but we'll make it through the season. So anyway, let's go ahead and hop into the race session here, or race weekend, I should say. And we'll get started with practice here. Again, not going to bother with our reserve driver because she's terrible and is only there to save us money. So 29 laps, let's take a look at tires. So it said very low tire wear and very low fuel burn. So that's nice. So hopefully that means we can actually get maybe the 10 to 12 laps that it's saying. Because last race we definitely weren't getting the life that it was promising here. But okay, 10 to 12 laps, 14 to 16 laps. Now, all right, here's where we have to go and start really thinking about, because we can only develop like level 3, really can only get level 3 race knowledge, or level 3 knowledge on one set of tires along with race trim. Thankfully, we don't have to worry about qualifying trim because there isn't qualifying in this series. It's just reverse grid order, or reverse championship order. So I need both drivers in order to hit level 3, and we'll just make it by the end of the session. So I need to decide what tires we're gonna run. All right, so here we go. So let's go over the strategy again. Yeah, so again, the strategy stuff I actually intend to take a little while on and really take my time with. So I feel like it's actually better. We're just gonna cut that out of the actual episodes themselves, and I'm gonna post them basically as their own separate videos, just like a Motorsport Manager extra for each episode. So if you want to watch the strategy session for each race, you can. If you don't want to have to sit through what could be 5, 10, 20 minutes of me scratching my chin, and although maybe, I don't know, if you don't want to sit through 20 minutes of that, you don't have to. So I'll have to put a link to that somewhere when the video goes up, and obviously those will go up at the same time. But so just to recap then, what we've decided is I'm going to try something a little bit different based on some of the research that I've been doing in a couple of just single races that I did between sessions. I'm going to try and go for 4 stops. Between being able to run higher engine modes for longer, pushing on the tires for longer, not using them down past that like 30% cliff where the performance just disappears. I think it's actually going to be better for us to do a 4-stop strategy. So we're going to try it. In this case, it's 29 laps, so that means 3 stints of 7 laps and 1 stint of 8. I don't want to risk... Well, actually, hold on. Where are they starting on the grid? 6th and 13th. You know what? I was just going to say, I was going to stagger their strategies just a little bit because I didn't want to risk stacking up in the pits, but they're far enough apart on the grid. Although she's probably just going to fall right back into him. So you know what? Yeah, just to be safe, let's not bother. Gomez is ostensibly the better driver after one race, so we'll give him the preferential strategy. Start on a set of softs. We are gonna actually give him a full 12 laps of fuel. Because it looks like basically if I keep him on overtake engine mode, it's about a lap and a half of fuel every lap it uses. So if we're gonna do, that was just really poorly phrased. We actually are gonna take 12 laps of fuel because it looks like if I want to keep him on the overtake engine mode, then it uses about a lap and a half of fuel for every lap we do around the track. So if we do the math out on it, very basically, 8 times 1.5 is 12. So we want to get, or I guess the better way to put it is 12 divided by 1.5 is 8. But either way, we want to get an 8-lap stint out of it. So we're actually going to fuel up 12 laps of fuel and hope that I can basically, I'm just going to try and keep him on the overtake engine mode for as long as possible until the engine looks like it's going to give out on us, and then tackle that bridge when we get there. So he's going to go out for 8. He's actually all good to go. I don't need to change anything. Anthony is going to, same tire, same strategy, but I'm going to have her do one of her 7 lap stints first, just to make sure that they're going to pin on different laps so we don't have to stack them. So 7 times 1.5 is 10.5. Call it 11. But either way, basically she can come in with 1 lap, or go out with 1 lap less of fuel, and essentially be just a little bit quicker around the track. We'll see. It is honestly going to cost us more time down the road when we have to put it back in, but whatever. We'll see how it works. So, lap 7, lap 8, first stop, and then they're both going to do another 7 after that, because that'll put her on lap 14, lap 15, just to make sure they stay staggered. So, alrighty. Trying to come 13th or above. Let's do this. We are, yeah, we got Faith, whatever. Faith 6th on the grid. This is faster anyway. And Andre 13th based on reverse championship order. We got 29 laps of Munich to go here, which I didn't look. Hopefully, it looks like at least for the first end it's going to be dry. So let's see what happens. Oh, oops, I forgot to change the strategies, didn't I? I want both to stay on overtake. They're going to be on attack at least for the first lap, just to get some heat with the tires. What was that? Little cue there. With our beautiful front wings, it looks like we're doing a little bit better, gaining a little speed. It's amazing what having some balanced downforce will do for you. Tire temps are coming up. So actually, speaking of tires, it's also something else I learned too. That I know that, you know, your tire wear really shoots to the roof if you overheat them. But what I didn't realize is that if they are overheated, then it doesn't matter what driving style you're in. Like, you literally gain no benefit from it. You just, so if you have them still in this mode when it hits that red overheated state, you still get the tire wear penalty, but you don't gain any benefit from it at all, and it's compounded by the additional tire wear penalty for having them overheated. So really something to pay attention to. Speaking of paying attention to, Anthony is up into 3rd here, which I didn't notice. Holy shit. He's doing well. Fighting for 4th and might end up losing it. I mean, the car is definitely not good enough to stay up that high. That's why these guys are still able to fight, even as I suspect, because even when I suspect we are running a higher engine map than they are, which is probably why she's gotten that high to begin with. 83% and 81% on the engines. Just, yeah, I'm going to have to pay a little bit more attention to those if I'm going to make this kind of strategy work. Speed time up here just a little bit. Gomez way down in the back. Yeah, he's just not doing well. It's strange. Really fighting here for 3rd. Like at least a 4-way scrap for 3rd, really. No, I want to get close in on it, but then the wings disappear. Get a better view of this fight. 1.3. Andre's moving up the order. Interesting. Jumped a couple spots. He's doing well. I'll have to check in on him in a second. All right, this battle seems to have sorted itself out just a little bit for now. Back of the pack's not terribly far behind. I mean, we're only 5 laps in, but still. I mean, he's even, yeah, I mean, last place is still, frankly, within a pit stop of the leader. So that's not too bad. We're not doing doing terribly at all here. Tire wear is looking good. And they've only got another 2-3 laps to come in, or to go, before they're coming in and getting rid of him anyway. Check in, 76%, 72%. Ooh, I don't know that we're gonna make this work on the overtake mode the whole time. I might turn it down after the first stint. It's 1.2, I figured it was. Yeah, 1.2 laps of fuel per lap on the high engine mode, so times 7. I gotta do math on the fly here. Well, I'm paying attention to other things and I'm not great at multitasking. Well, that just happened. Oh my god, I just got scared that she like crashed off the circuit or something. What is going on here? Camera. Sibor. Camera fixed. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna be fine on these fuel levels, but alright. She's coming into the next lap. So, alright, yes. 1.2 times 7 is 7, plus 20% is 1.4, is 8.4 laps of fuel. Alright. Yeah, 8.4, okay. I'll overfuel a little bit. Alright, so lap 7. She needs to come in for a new set of softs. And we need to fill up to do 8.5 laps of fuel. Or 8.4, which it's almost bang on the money. But we'll throw in an extra lap just to be safe. Because I'm not 100% confident in that fuel usage number. But alright. Parts are doing okay, just out of curiosity. It would take way too long to try and fix that engine. $22 versus, actually no, let's keep that on. What was this, 28? Yeah. Still don't really want to do that. She's gonna come in, and then I think I'm gonna turn her down to high. Yeah, we're gonna have to go down to high. And then we might just have to go down to the normal fuel map. And we still may end up having to do some engine repairs at some point. It's still early enough in the season that our parts just don't quite have the reliability to get there. However, I think either our designer or one of our mechanics, I don't know, somebody on the team I think has a perk for parts we design where higher engine maps don't affect engine wear anymore. Of course, we had a mistake on the rear jack, which would be really great actually, because then we could just, I mean, you still have the extra fuel cost, but then we could, you know, pick Gomez here, just run it on overtake all the time without having to worry about it. So, all right, same thing, because yeah, well, he's at 70%, and he's gone a lap longer. What the hell? Let's go for, we'll keep him on the overtake. Did I switch her? I don't think I did. Okay, so overtake, so he's doing 7 laps now. Is, what did I say, 10.5? Yeah, so we'll go for 10.5. And her condition's at 66, so yeah, I'm going to turn it down to high for her. And both of them up to attack, and yeah, they're coming in just before we get to the cliff. So we're basically getting the most usable performance out of the tire and then ditching it as soon as it's basically becomes faster. I guess maybe it's 25% that it goes to red. But either way, we're pretty much getting as much as we can out of that tire and then ditching it before it starts becoming slower to keep it than it is to stop. Her tire strategy can come down because she's all heated up now. He can stay on overtake for a little while longer. See, it's 70% engine. And temps are good. Alright, so now we're going to 14 and 15. Hmm. 19th and 18th and 19th, but almost everybody else is yet to stop. Going for medium, so we're got an advantage in tires and an advantage in engine maps pretty much the whole way through the race. We have a disadvantage in, obviously, we're probably going to end up stopping. I think most of them might end up going for a 3-stop, so we'll have more time spent in the pits, but again, from the little bit of math that I was able to do and a couple races of testing, I think we're actually going to make up more time on track than we will lose in the pits, and it'll actually be a better strategy overall. Because right now, I mean, he's up in a 9th, or she's up in a 9th. Gomez is still just struggling along at the back. I don't know what happened to him. He's just not doing well this race. So I mean, I really don't think there is. It's funny because they asked you in that first interview that we did in episode 1, and who's the better driver, and we just no, they're both great drivers, and I look forward to working with both of them. And honestly, I mean, I think that's actually not terrible. I think I pretty much can stick by that because one race she'll do really well, the next race he'll do really well. There really isn't terribly much between them. He's down in dead last, but she's running up in 4th, and that's actual track position. I mean, we're on rotation with everybody. We've all stopped. She's 4th. She is actually holding on to it. And moved up 2 spots from the beginning. And less than 9.5 seconds now to 3rd. And, well, it was coming down just a little bit. Of course, as I go to say that, it starts creeping back up. That's okay. Gomez setting personal best. Oh, that's good. Looks like he's gaining just a little bit. Slowly but surely. Alrighty, coming around to finish lap 13 here, so she's going to be needing to come into the pits. Yeah, I think we did definitely give her an extra lap of fuel, but I think I was remembering correctly, it is 1.2, I just wanted to be safe. So, alright, 3.3, let's just see what it works its way out to. Yeah, 1.2 sounds about right. Okay, so she's going to come in. We'll go and give her 8 laps then. 59% now. It's still going to take the same amount of time to repair. So, alright, well, let's see. We got halfway through. It started at 83%. We got halfway through the race and went down to 59%. So that's 24. If we lose another 24, we'll be at 35. Could probably do it. Especially if we start turning down the map a little bit. Yeah. I'm not gonna fix it yet. If there's a safety car or something, we'll do it then. Oh, actually, no, I gave her 12 laps of fuel. Because that's based on doing 8 laps at overtake mode. She's not. She's going to be doing 8 laps of high, which 8, 1.6 is 9.6. So we'll give her 10. There we go. Oop, and we do want to change the tires. And then, yeah, if there's a safety car or something like that, then we'll definitely take the opportunity to fix her engine. We'll see kind of where we're looking come the next stop and how bad it's getting, but Let's see what happens. Get her tires up to temp. He needs to come into the pits. What's he gonna be doing? Well, he's just doing 7s from now on. So and he's gonna be going down to high as well. So that's 8.4. Should like write these down somewhere. His engine's doing fine. So after that stop, we'll turn Gomez down to high engine mode, just like we did with Anthony. Should remember to turn their driving style up on the in laps. And I should remember to basically set it all up as soon as possible so I can have them push for the entire in lap instead of the last, third of it. But whatever. Looks like a better stop. Slightly better stop anyway. He's going to go down to high. We'll turn his driving style down as soon as he heats his tires up. Like that. And now they're both good to go. 14. Oh shit, now they are. I should have. Well, no matter what, they're going to match at some point. But there's a big enough gap between them, I think. Oh yeah, there's like 20 seconds between them. We got enough time to stop them both and not stack them, so no big deal. Because now they're both coming in on lap 22. And in saying that, I've just realized that I've been completely misspeaking this whole time. We're not doing 4 stops. We're doing 4 stints. 4 stints. 3 stops, 4 stints. We're not doing 4 stops. I just thought about it. I was like, wait, 22, but then 3. Oh, right, I'm an idiot. 4 stints, not 4 stops. Don't need to do 4 stops. We do a 4 stint strategy. Never claim to be intelligent, guys. We're off our sponsor objective right now, but we're basically running third of all the people who haven't pitted, or who've pitted so far. Everybody else is still going to have to, and we're 10 seconds behind the leader there. I don't know. We'll see what happens. How's the engine conditions doing? 53%, 51. Yeah, I don't think we'll have to turn it down to normal. I think we actually probably could stay with overtake, and we'll see again what the condition looks like come the last stop. And if we think we can just turn the engine all the way back up for the end. Somebody's taking repairs. Another one. So the nice thing is, I mean, everybody's cars are kind of unreliable. Ours is definitely the worst. Oh, Gomez really just got held up there. Ours is definitely by far the worst, but we're not the only ones who are going to take repairs at this stage of the career, which is nice. So, Faith Anthony back up into 13th. Hitting our sponsor objective. We still got one more stop to do on this lap, actually, no, she's on lap 21. To see if my 4 stint strategy is going to pay off or not. But let's see, I want to pay attention and trigger her pit stop as soon as possible. Well, it's not about triggering the pit stop, but I want to make sure I set her up for an in-lap as soon as we can so she gets the most performance out of it. Oh, no. Not now. Wait till she's got past the pits. There we go. Okay. What's her engine looking like? 51%. We've only dropped basically 30. We dropped 32% in 22 laps. So yeah, we're gonna turn it back up. Yeah, even turning down to high just seems like monumentally less wear on the engine. So we'll turn it back up. That's no problem. So she's got to do 7 laps. 1.5 is 10.5. God, why didn't I write these down someplace? 10.5 laps. Fuel, a little over. Last set of tires. Not gonna do. Oh, I've been paying attention to this, but not these. Oh, we can get it done inside the time of the fuel. Oh, then we're definitely taking that repair. There's no reason not to. What about this? Oh no, that adds a lot more. Well, the gearbox is just, we're just gonna have to hope that 3% is enough, but we can get a free repair on the suspension, so why not? Yeah, that's gonna add time too. Fuck it. If we do this, still 31, 21, still too much, but 12 seconds. She's actually doing really well already. I don't want that. I'll go with it. 15's enough. Fuck it. I say things, but you know, I don't actually mean them. Although, actually, you know what? They're really, see, that's the thing is, I need to listen to my own advice here. So there really may not be necessarily as much of a benefit to keep her on attack the whole way in, because if it hits overheated, she's just gonna start wearing the tires down and not get any performance benefit at all. So I just put her on push, I guess, and burn a little bit of extra fuel and just double check. Now we can get even just a little bit less fuel in there by the end. Okay, and then Gomez, we gotta wait for him to come past the pits to set his stop up. Same thing. We're just gonna have to deal with it, I guess, because I don't really want to spend 9 extra seconds. No, not. God, I'm really bad at math today. 11 extra seconds. 11 extra seconds to. So I was doing like 22 minus 13. I don't want to spend the extra 11 seconds to do that. Okay, and then up and just pay attention to her tires. Well, both of them really, but I think she might just make it there. She's like right on the line, so whatever, let's turn it down. She's close enough. Same with him. Alrighty, moment of truth. So yep, other AI looks like they're doing 3 stops as well. Some of them taking repairs. Or no, or is that their second stop? Don't know. Now, just double checking, 51% and 49%. Yeah, they can stay on overtake mode to the end of the race. We'll heat up their tires just a little bit. And see where we came out. 18th and 19th. No, okay, those were AIs doing second stops. I don't know about this one, guys. I mean, then again, alright, so some of these medium tire runners that are like halfway, he's like the only one that's halfway through. The rest of them got plenty of life. They're gonna stop. Some of the soft runners might start having some pace difficulties towards the end. I don't know. There's not much else we can do at this point, so. Oh yeah, okay, it really is just doing that. So yeah, we'll go to high, which means I took too much fuel, but it really does eat into the engine. They're both complaining about the gearbox, but there's not much else we can do now. This may not have worked. Oh, we got somebody else in the pits, but managed to stay out ahead. Oh, his gearbox is really low now. 13%. Oh, Jesus. Oh, this is bad. Well, we got like a lap to go. So the strategy didn't work, it seems, because they are doing the 3 stops, but they're in and out faster. I mean, we actually did start clawing back some time, but Not nearly enough. They are gaining, but that did not work. Okay, so looks like the way I did some math was a little bit wrong apparently, because my planning said that it should have been faster to do 4 stints than 3, and it looks like, well, actually, that's the thing. So that may still have actually been the case, but I was really hoping that we would. Well, I don't know, because that last stop really just kind of brought us back. If we had done like mediums in there, yeah, we probably could have. What did they do? Yeah, soft, medium, medium. 2 stops. Most of the AI looks like did 2 stops actually. Interesting. Okay. Well, that kind of failed, but it's worth a try. Probably should have maybe tried it with one of them instead of both, but whatever. So much for our easy 13th place target. Uh-oh. Alrighty, so, well, we're expected to come last as a team in each race anyway, so the chairman's not going to get pissed off about that, which is good. Team marketability is fine. Driver morale still went up a little bit, and their relationship went up, so that's good. Traits, no changes. Okay. Need a better car. That's a problem. Oh, and better drivers. And a better headquarters. And more money. Yeah, we need more money. So much more money. Okay, so let's see. We finished scouting somebody, but I don't really care about that. We've got a whole bunch of people queued up. We can look at potentially hiring some better pit crew. Yeah, definitely. That'll help a lot. Guess now we've got some better staff to attract better crew. And then I need at least like one person who's good at each tire. Let's see. Yeah, you can just go away. Go away. 4 and 2. I mean, you're okay. You're a backup jackman, so that's good, I guess. 9 and 6, 7 and 5. You can do okay on tires or jack if we need you to swap out for somebody. And you, I know we're spending money that we don't really have right now, but you're just not worth it. Let's see. So it's like, yeah, he can do either jack and be amazing, or tires actually. Front tires and be amazing. So let's hold off on him for a second and try and fill it in all the other spots. Decent refueling, but shit tires, so I don't really want to use you guys for like anything, frankly, and we might just get rid of you. What are we? Alright, let's see. What are we really lacking the most right now? We've got a rear tire, front tire, 2 rear tires and a front tire we need with better skills. You're worse at fixing, but hopefully I don't need part fixing. I'd rather you be better at tires. I would prioritize tires over fixing, although refueling and tires are about equal, I would say. At least in this series in particular. You're just not great with tires, but I can put you in a jack, but neither of the jack guys are good with tires. He's getting tired, so let's pull him out. You're actually getting tired anyway. So I need somebody who can do refueling and tires. And ideally another good refueling person, but we really don't have one. I mean, better refueling, but worse tires, and I guess, yeah, it's a better balance, I suppose. Yeah, that's about as good as we're gonna be able to do for the moment, I guess. Anybody else on here really tired? No. Alright. Interview. Oh, sure. Our brakes. Yeah, I know. Our brakes are terrible. Piss off the chairman, piss off Andre, or lose marketability. Sponsorship, we need money. I don't give a shit about Andre, frankly. Ideally, he goes away anyway for somebody much better. We got a day to do. Finish that. We can't check this until we finish the repairs in the car. Just out of curiosity, this is, yeah, $1.5 million for 50% chairman's happiness. We've slashed away 1.4 million already, but I'm gonna go down just a little bit just to be safe. Just to be safe. All right. I don't care about scouting. I really don't. Just finish that. All right. So now our second gearbox is done. Just clear these out here. We definitely need engine reliability. That'll be done 10 days before the race. Okay. I also need reliability in this gearbox. Oh, those are... Anyway, I can get both of these. Kinda, yeah. We won't really be able to improve the engines anymore, but then we can just assume that we're going to run on high instead of overtake, and fuel accordingly. I'm okay with that. Alright. Rather have the reliability. Well, no, actually. It's only going to lose like 0.3%. It's fine. Max out the performance. What's the difference between 99% reliability and 100? Sponsorship, first one expires in 4 races, and they're giving us 100 grand per race. Okay. Plenty of time to deal with that. I really want to try and replace our drivers, but honestly, need a better car too. This is what I'm looking for. So yeah, we have the worst car in the grid. Actually, this is kind of what I was looking for. Anyway, this is better. We have just terrible suppliers, although nothing we can do about that for the first season. That's kind of why I want to be able to squirrel away as much as we can next year for the car, but it's not like the suppliers can be much better, I don't think. We're doing okay in acceleration, again, because we have those gearboxes. Which I don't know actually if it's counting, technically, because we're not using it. Here, we don't have the other one fitted to the car. Does that? Yeah, okay, so it does only count the parts that are actually fitted to cars. So we have the 9th best gearboxes on the grid so far, and I don't know if that's just on performance or how reliability is factored into that, but we are last for everything else. I would love to start working on some new engines, but so expensive. $1.5 million. Okay, worst case scenario, I guess we basically pay for this with 50% of our chairman happiness, which is not hard to get back, especially in the first season where we cannot fail our target. Max top speed is better than outright top speed because we can just improve it, and it'll be done 9 days before the race. Or actually, we're not gonna have a ton of time to improve, so maybe doing this is better. We're not gonna be able to run in this race anyway, because it's really gonna need time to improve reliability. That'll get us 37. Maximum possible we can get is 49, even if we could somehow improve it all the way. And right now our engines are 11 and 9. Okay, so anything's an improvement. It's just not worth the money. Brakes are cheaper though, and a lot faster, and also important for the next race. Fine. I don't really want to do anything risky. Base reliability, I guess, is still not bad because it's just less time. I'd rather improve the performance, but it's just less time we have to spend improving them, I suppose. So, and it'll just, again, just start unlocking knowledge for the second generation part. Fine, I'll spend 1.1 million on that. May or may not be able to use them for the next race, but we'll see. Depends on how much time we have. The GMA. And we can start voting on things soon. Awesome. Yes, 2 weeks. Okay. We've got a day left for that. Just see how we're doing on this 60% reliabilities. Yeah, not nearly good enough. These are getting close to maxed out though. Phase is 13, 7, 4. Yeah, let's do that. Free up some staff before the race starts and just again try and repair or improve these new brakes as much as we can. Get started on a second set that we probably won't be able to use in the race at all because we're not going to have any time to improve them, but yeah, again, I don't want to do risk level, so we'll just take base reliability there. What's wet tires and ninjas now? Minus 3 days, lower reliability and a higher red zone now. This will still be done before the race actually, and it's at 60% already. That's not terrible. Let's see what we're gonna get. Rate stripping we can't do yet. Anyway, I don't think we can even do weight stripping. No, that's not an unlocked thing. That's just not in this series. I think it's something you have to potentially you can vote on, but it's just not part of the rules of this series. So risk level 1 plus 70 to max though. Minus 20 to max, but plus 40. We'll see about that. Or no condition loss on first race. I mean, I don't know. We'll see. Actually, no condition loss on first races. I'm just thinking about that. That's actually really good though, isn't it? Because then basically in a situation like this, okay, so it's done, even if it's done basically an hour before the race, it's fine. It doesn't really matter what its reliability is, or if you have time to improve it, because it's not going to suffer any degradation on its first race. And then you just send it to the factory to get improved before the next one. That's actually really powerful, and I don't really love any of these anyway. That's not terrible, but that is interesting. Okay. 1.2 million actually, because the extra part components that we added, but alright. So we are now 17 days out. What do we need here? The new brakes. This gearbox is actually really good already. Just focus on that one, I guess, and a little bit of performance into there. Or that. What do we get here? 17 days and 3.9% per day, so I'm just going to call it 4, just for nice round numbers. 68% total is 34% each. So, okay, they won't be done until 12 days after the race, but 94%, 89%, that's perfectly fine before the next race. It'll finish this. What if I add one of these back in? That's still done before the race. Yeah, I like that. Anything else super low reliability we have to worry about? No? Okay. Gearboxes were our biggest Achilles heel. The suspensions, well, suspension went down too, but as we found out, we can actually, I think, just get a repair in on those without any extra time because we can do it while we're refueling, so that works. Alrighty. Yeah, I'm comfortable with that. Go forward in time here a little bit. Scouting done. Alrighty, GMA vote to add Sydney GP, which is actually not an addition, it's a replacement, but it doesn't tell you that anywhere. Oh, well, maybe not. I don't know. It said that last time, though, in the save we did on Twitch, and it actually turned to be a replacement, and it didn't say it anywhere until afterwards. Like, one of the interview questions came up, like, oh, so you voted to replace this track with that? And I'm like, wait, what? I thought we were just adding a race. Let's see. It doesn't look like it'll particularly benefit or hinder us in any way, so yeah, we're just gonna abstain. It doesn't really matter to me. I don't know enough about the tracks to care. Looks like it got rejected, but whatever. We'll just save up a vote for something that we actually do care about. How are we doing here? 8 days out. Yeah, much better already. Almost done with performance work. Yeah, and again, this is why the staff is so important. It's +1 per day. So basically, each one of these parts gets 0.5 performance per day, even with no staff. So even if you totally focus on reliability, you're still, you know, with a week or two between races, you can still get some decent performance improvement out of a part. New brakes are done with 7 days to go. They don't show up there for a second. There we go. Ooh, look at that. Really good brakes, but again, they need some more reliability. Let's see, we get call it 2% each per day. If I stop this, if I take both of these off now, then we can pretty much get the other brakes at the same, level. Because yeah, it'll get 3.9 per day, 4% per day times 28. No, actually, wait, no, it'll be 28%. I don't make it up to 88%. I don't need that. I just need it to like 75. Which means I need to gain 15. Which means I need 2% per day. So I add one of these. And I wish I had another slot open. What else were we working on? I think it was the engine here. So we had one of these for no. Like 3 days? Like half the time basically, then try and improve the engine. I don't know, whatever. Engine, it sounds like it isn't as important for this one, and we can take care of the engine reliability with the high engine mode, so we'll just improve the brakes and try and finish the performance work here. Alright, upcoming race. Oh, 21 laps. Nice and short. Okay, or shorter. 40% chance of rain. A lot of pressure placing the brakes. So, yeah, definitely glad I went for improving them. Quite abrasive. So, alright, so high tire wear. I don't know about fuel, we'll see. High tire wear. 21 laps. And chance of rain. Okay. Alright, yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and just get rid of that at this point because we're 3 days out. We've already gotten that up, one set of brakes up to 75% reliability. And at this point, basically another, just round that up to 4% per day for the next 3 days is 12%. 77% or so we'll get out of that, so they'll be around the same level as well. Okay. We're not designing any new parts. We're gonna, let's just see, what is... yeah, Otto is basically just keeping the good parts with him, but I don't know, we should try not to piss either one of them off. Because they're both honestly about the same in terms of skill, so we'll give Andre more or less the better car. Actually, you know what? No, he really wasn't doing as well as she was in the last race, to be perfectly honest, was he? So let's swap it around actually this time. Let's give Faith the better car. See, yeah, that pisses him off, but if we just give him better suspension, he's happy. They're both more or less equal. He's got a little bit more reliability in a few of the parts. She's got a slightly more reliable suspension. Yeah, it's not a big deal. There's no huge difference between them, but she did a little bit better in the last race, so I guess we'll reward her with the better car. And then, how long do we have left on this? 10 weeks for the new factory, or for the factory upgrade. 7 weeks for the staff center. Okay. Financial management concerns. Extremely concerned about the status of the team's finances. Yeah, me too. Because at this point, we're actually not going to make it to the end of the season without, if we don't get any extra influx here. Yes, I understand. Fine. Fuck off. Alrighty, and here we are, getting ready to travel to Milan for round 3. Performance work is done. Let's just double check our parts here. 78%, yep. So we'll clear that out. I guess I don't... I mean, the time does pass, so I assume you do get some gain if I leave them in here, even while we go through the race weekend. Or I wonder maybe if it just doesn't count because they're, you know, not working their away at the race. I'm actually curious, so let's put some stuff in to improve over the next, you know, over the 3 days of the weekend here. And see if it actually does change anything. What do we want? That's almost, or that's done. Anything else that's like really close? Yeah, let's just, I mean, something, just, well, I was just saying, I mean, if it's a waste of time, then great, but if not, then why waste time improving parts we're never going to use? If this does work, it doesn't make a ton of sense, because how could they improve these parts? Well, they're, yeah, whatever, who cares? Let's try and improve that. And that. We're gonna have to build another set of suspension. And then some more reliability into both engines. So alright, I'll have to remember this, or well, I'll have to go back and look, I guess. But 39, 51, 82, and 83. Let's just see if those change at all. We'll just split it down the middle. See if those change at all when we come back from the race, I guess. And yeah, 4 races before we can look into new sponsors. So, alrighty. That's gonna do it for episode, what is this, episode 2. I keep wanting to say 3 because I did episode 0, but anyway. Fuck it. Alrighty, that's gonna do it for episode 2 of our Motorsport Manager series here. We'll be back soon with episode 3, where we're gonna head off to Milan for our 3rd round of this first season here. We are doing alright. Our last race didn't really go as well as the first one. Again, we kind of did get lucky in that first race with the safety car, but 16th and 19th for our drivers, and well, tied for 9th in the team's championship. But again, we are expected to finish 10th, so there's really no penalty there. Financially, we're doing okay. We may have overspent a little bit just improving some parts, but again, if we can even get that 200,000 per race from the 13th place sponsor, that'll make it okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and take a break here. Hopefully I'll see you guys in the next episode. Until then, be well, everyone.